Hey, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to a little bit of Isaac. Oh, we didn't see this coming. Or did I say it was 50-50? I don't know. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to record today's. So I said I said on Tuesday there wouldn't be a Wednesday and there might be a third. Dude, whatever. I can. And I think I need to, because I need a little bit of the brains racing. I need a little bit of a cool off break to just play a little bit of Isaac, or at the very least to just do a little bit of rambling, as I like to do. Get some words out of the system, clear the brain a little bit. Sometimes it's nice to just I feel this makes sense because people are like, oh, sometimes it's nice to talk about stuff. I think the same applies. It's nice to talk to someone about stuff. But I think you still get the same sort of, or at least a similar release, or a similar sort of cathartic feeling to just talk about stuff, even if it's just to yourself or to a microphone. Sometimes it's just nice to talk about stuff. So we're gonna do a daily challenge. We have Isaac, baby, Poggy, dude. Ooh, some big scores. Only to Satan. Oh Lord. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna do very well today because my brain doesn't. How do you get this high going only to Satan? Oh no, his sim, dude! To Satan. 30, so what did we get the 42 run on? That was to the lamp, right? And we did Hush. So I guess you've got to beat Boss Rush and Hush on this one, so I guess we go fast. Joker, go fast. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Dude, yeah, okay. I'll take this. Yeah. So, the min-maxing paid off. I managed to successfully get Guppy. So there's a sacrifice from there. I wonder if you could, like, Guppy's Eternal Collar, kill yourself on that, go to the lamb. Does that work? Probably not going to risk that one. Yeah, no, but I've been deep in the job application mines. I've been bowing in and out, sending stuff all over the place, and it's tricky. It's a stressful one because I've talked about this a little bit before in conversations, and also I believe in Isaac episodes too, about how much of I'm very much a schedule guy. A lot of my I don't know. I just like the stability. I like to know what's going on. I like the stability. I think it does great deals for my mental health to kind of know. I like sort of knowing what's going on and being in schedule, etc., etc. And kind of when things change in schedules, it always takes me a little bit to. It always throws me off a little bit. It takes me a little bit to adjust. So obviously this is the tricky situation because I'm applying around right now, and I'm applying like all over the place, all sorts of jobs, all sorts of schedules. Some stuff it's like, hey, this is just a normal Monday to Friday 9 to 5. Okay, fine. Some stuff it's like, hey, this is like, some days you'll be starting work at 6 AM and some days you'll be working till 11 PM. It depends on the shift. Oh yeah, that's fine too, because once if I was in something like that, you settle into it, you get used to it, you can plan around it. That's fine as well. But then some stuff is like there's one that's 7 PM to 3 AM. That I really like 3 nights a week, and that's obviously that's quite a good one because it strikes the balance of being like, hey, it fits this god awful sleep schedule I already have. Like I'm already naturally in that sleep schedule, so it kind of makes the most of that. But then it doesn't mean that I lose being able to hang out with my buds, because it's only 3 nights a week, so I'd still have 4 nights a week where I could still do stuff with the friends. So that's a nice one. It all depends, because the main thing right now is just like, and this is what I mean when I say when you're doing all sorts. It's when you can plan, it's fine. But when there's so much going on, and like I don't know, I'm applying to like everything. You know what I mean? Like basically everything I see at this point. And that's kind of what I've pivoted to. The past couple days is like, hey, just everything. I'm just gonna throw my hat at every possible hook and just see if it's able to land on any of them. You kind of, the thing is you don't know where you're gonna land. So at any point, hopefully as soon as is humanly possible, because I've come to a rent-based agreement with my dad last night, and as you guys know, I don't currently have a job. So in order to be able to fulfill that, I would like to hopefully get a job as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's going to get a little bit tricky pretty quick. So yeah, so hopefully ASAP I'm gonna have something. I'm gonna be thrust into this new schedule, which when that happens is going to be fine because I'm going to know my schedule. I'm going to know how it's going to be. I can start to adapt to it and I can take it from there, and I'm sure I'll be fine. But at least for like the now time being, when I'm stressing about it, I can't like ease that stress because I can't, like, if I'm worried about a schedule change, what can I do to offset that? Begin to adapt to the schedule change, but I can't because I don't know what the schedule change is going to be yet. All I know is that there's going to be a pretty drastic schedule change at some point on the horizon, and that's life. That's how it goes, you know. I'm not saying like, oh, woe is me, or anything like that. I'm just saying like, I'm putting my thoughts out loud. It's that kind of knowing that the schedule change is coming, but obviously I don't know what it's going to be or how I'm going to have to adjust or adapt to it or anything like that until it happens. But So that's definitely something that's something that's going on right now, and I you know, I like because that's it's such like a big thing. It's like, man, I wish that like I wish I was just NA, man. I wish I was just anywhere NA in the same friggin'. I wish I could just be a little bit of a 5 center in an NA time zone right now. I hate it here, dude. I don't want to be here anymore. So that's another thing, is like, a part of me is like, I would kind of like Summit part-time, because first of all, it means that if I have to kind of lean into a bit of a wacky sleep schedule or something like that, it means that I can do that. And if I'm only working like 3 days a week, I can be working 3 days a week, and if it's rough for 3 days, that's fine. But then I've got 4 days a week when I can get like full nights sleep or whatever, and I can make the most of that, if that makes sense. And then it also means I have a few days a week to still do YouTube, which is obviously a big thing, because I get like donation requests and stuff, and that's kind of I'm thinking about Patreon right now, and I don't want to talk about that too much right now. But that's something I've been heavily thinking of, and it's something that I've got, you know, I get a few donation requests and stuff, and I get people commenting saying that I should set a Patreon up. And I feel like it's one thing to be a YouTuber that could potentially make use of a Patreon and not have one, but if it reaches a point where I've got viewers saying that I should set one up, like, I don't know, maybe it's something that'd be good to do, and especially because I already feel like, with the donations, I already feel like kind of guilty taking them, or like, you know, like like I feel like I don't offer enough. Like, okay, so someone donates and then they request a song, and then I do the song. I still feel like no matter how much I say thank you and like I do the request and stuff, I still feel like I barely feel like I'm saying thank you enough. So I kind of feel like it can maximize what people would get out of if they want to support the channel, because they can make requests, but then they can also, you know, I could have like a Discord that people could chat in, and I could do like you know, polls, and I could do like, you know, blocked content that I more and more has been getting blocked recently. So it means I have somewhere to put the blocked content, and I can do like early access content. So then if people do want to support, they get like the most out of it, or like I can offer them the most, which I think would make me feel a little bit less bad about it, maybe. And also it's good kind of from the viewer perspective, because if they want to support, then that option's still open, but also, you know, people will get something out of it, right? So that's another thing, and that's something that, like, you know, once you set that, and you sort of, you know, I look at kind of where the channel's at, and where the sort of the growth rate's at, and like I think if I really kind of went for it this year, I think there's potential to kind of make something work out of it. But if I was working full time, yeah, that would be probably off the table. So part of me likes the idea of a part-time job, because it means I can work part-time, and then I still have even just like give it 6 months and see where it goes, you know what I mean? Or you know, maybe not set an amount of time, but just kind of take some time to just see where it goes. And if nothing comes of it, if I start a Patreon and no one pledges, and, you know, 6 months later I'm uploading 5 times a week, and I'm still on like, you know, 3,800 subs, and, you know, and it just isn't working out, then that's fine. But I feel like now just feels like the time to try it. If that makes sense. And maybe like I you know, before the opportunity passes, I don't know if there will be a better I don't know if there'll be a better time at any point to try something like this, but there will definitely be worse times, if that makes sense. So it feels like a good time to kind of go for something like that. But then that's the dilemma. It's like, okay, so that's fine. So that's why, for that reason, and obviously combined with the, again, which, you know, my US friends and the hangouts I have with you guys, which are literally like one of the most important things to me in my life, which is why it's so important to me. And even if it comes down to it and I have to adjust to becoming like a 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night boy again, so be it. If that's what it's going to take, the hanging out with you guys is just like too important to me to lose. I'll adjust. But then that's why the kind of the dilemma comes in, right? Is because if I wanna move, it's like, okay, I want to save up as much as possible in as short a time as possible. Because I mean, like, who doesn't? I mean, I feel like it's pretty. Oh, I would like more money. Yeah, obviously, right? but I feel like it would be. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see what's going on in here. Yeah, so we get our keys back, and then immediately spend them and lose them again. That's fine. Lots of bombs and a tears down, Poggy. You know, it's one of those where it's like, okay, well, if I part time and do that, it's you know, 3 days a week. But then if it's, you know, I do full time and it's 5 days a week, that extra few £100 a month is going to build up. You know what I mean? But then if I do it part time, maybe it means I can put more time into the YouTube, and maybe that could return. I don't know. It's a whole like dilemma. And I do plan right now whether part-time or full-time, like regardless of the situation. So I've been living, I've spent very little, I'd say, over the past like year to year and a half. My last money, and there's little sprinkles here or there, YouTube, little bits, you know, donor requests, and the little tiny shred of AdSense I do actually get on Yetiness when things don't get claimed, and you know, Redbubble, and there's little bits of kind of money sprinkling in here or there. And I say little. Yeah, little. We'll say little and leave it at that. So my last sort of real bit of money that came in was my last university maintenance loan, which came in March of last year. And obviously I knew, and suddenly we're keyless, that was going to be the last sort of, as I was coming up to it. So it's been a little while of like not really spending much money, right? Like at least like over a year for sure. Because I knew that was going to be, when that was going to come in, at that point it would just be that, and then I would just have, I'd just be like, so I'd be coasting off my savings basically for as long as I guess they lasted, if that makes sense. Or, and you know, that was sort of going to be the situation, and that's what I'm basically still doing now for the most part. Which is another part of the reason why it's kind of become crunch time in terms of jobness. But I basically, like, in the past like year and a half, I've spent like, I've spent like very little essentially, barring like food and then the usual like monthly stuff. So obviously like Spotify, you know, I pay for every month, and I've got like a couple of Twitch subs still left, and then like, you know, my phone bill once a month, and you know, obviously there's stuff like that. But other than that, it's like food, and it's like those. And outside of that, like, your boy has barely spent any money. Like I barely, like the only times I've ever really spent any sort of noteworthy amount of money outside of what I needed to. Like I could probably run back through. I remember I bought Fall Guys. What was that, like 15 quid? I remember buying Phasmo. Obviously the Switch. So the Switch would have been the last big thing. Obviously that was, yeah, March last year. So that was obviously, and that was huge. But that was something that I'd wanted a Switch for like 3 years or something, and had always kind of had the money on the back burner just in case. And then it came down to lockdown and Animal Crossing and stuff. And let's be real, I'm so incredibly glad I got that, because being on Animal Crossing was what ended up having us all play together. And then we started using the Nintendo voice app, and then we made the group chat because of the Nintendo voice app being stinky, and now we have the group chat. So and then that led to many hangout sessions, and you know, us all becoming much closer as friends, and etc. From all the calls and you know, getting to know each other, you know, in calls and like talking and stuff. So dude, if I never got that Switch and I never got Animal Crossing, we may never have made the group chat, and we may never have ended up, you know, hanging out so much, right? So that was probably the last big thing, and then between that, it's essentially been like, so I bought the New England shirt back in like November. No, it would have been earlier than that, like September, I guess it would have been. September. What's after September? September, October. I guess September, somewhere between the two lockdowns. I bought the New England shirt, and that was definitely something that I regret, by the way. That was definitely something I'm like, maybe, like, I had it, I was in the store, I've wanted an England shirt for, also that's something that's kind of, I've wanted one for probably like 2 or 3 years, 3, 4, like a little while, basically. And then I was in the store, and then I saw it in person, and then I was like, I can't say no. And then basically, as soon as I left the store, I was like, yep, definitely should have just, like, kept the money. Definitely should have saved the money, and then just bought an England shirt when I had a job. Especially considering I ended up not getting Kane on it, because I was like, it's like, I saved myself the 15 quid. But now I'm like, wish I got a Kane shirt. And I have a Kane shirt, I have a Spurs Kane shirt, but would have loved my England shirt to have Kane on it as well. But you know what, that's life, that's life. You make decisions that you regret. It's all good. So there was that, and then in like a year. Okay, so the Switch was like the big thing, and then the England shirt, and then like these are like the only things I've bought, and then after that, like straight up, it was Secret Santa, the Spink stuff, which essentially that was probably like the biggest amount, or like the biggest kind of full send in terms of spending. Probably not even in the last year. Probably like pretty much in my entire life. Not in my entire life, but you know, I bought this PC at some point. You know what I mean? I bought a laptop at some point, but like, I mean, it's up there. Let me say that much. That one was like, I mean, I basically broke the bank to make that one work. So that was definitely something big. And then that's pretty much it for like the past year and a half. Obviously the Switch was a big thing for sure. How much was the Switch? No, that was probably more than Secret Santa, right? No, actually it definitely wasn't. Now that I'm thinking about it, actually I don't even think it was that close. Maybe without the baffling shipping, it might have been a little bit closer. It probably would have been roughly equal to the Switch plus Animal Crossing. But then, it's okay, we don't need to dwell on that, we won't move past that. So yeah, for the past like year and a half, I've been a pretty frugal boy, I would say. So my intention is to when I start working, regardless of what you know, whether it's full-time or part-time, or you know, if I'm doing part-time, and then maybe I do a Patreon, and if I get like, you know, I start uploading to YouTube more, maybe that can work, or maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But either way, my intention is to try and extend those habits, extend that lifestyle forward, at least for the time being. So essentially, yeah, my intention for the time being is to, for the most part, spend essentially as little as possible, and then hopefully save as much as possible, so that I can yeet as soon as possible. And there's the big thing of the PC. That's like, I went back the other day and tried to find I know that I was like, oh, I've been saying for a while I need a new PC. I was like, I wonder how long I've actually been saying it. I think, and it's possible I said it earlier, but the earliest video, without just watching every video I've ever done in my entire life, the earliest video I could find was my first video of 2018, where in the first like 2 minutes I was like, hey, sorry, the game runs like garbage, my PC is dying on me, and I need to replace it ASAP. So that was 2 years ago. I said that my PC was dying. So I guess that's something potentially on the horizon, but also I would like to make this bitch last as long as possible. So yeah, I guess so as someone who's been living like, yeah, relatively frugally and hasn't been spending too much, the past like year and a half or so. I didn't realize I hadn't had the item room yet. Oh well. I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't mind keeping that going as long as possible, and then hopefully I think that's my intention. As soon as I get a job, is to just focus for a little bit, and for the most part, and that's the thing. It already is like, no matter how I look at it, I think I want to see it as like a placeholder. Now, whether I see that as like a placeholder until I can get something more career focused over here, or whether it's a placeholder until I have the finances to move somewhere else and then get anything else somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what specific that's going to be, but for now I'm like, okay, I'll get anything and then it'll be a placeholder, or like a just to get something going. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna, yeah, let's just pop this. So that's why I'm like, okay, spend as little as possible and just try and like let it build, you know? Because long term, it's like, I don't know. I don't really want to be here anymore. And it's there's things you got to weigh up. There's things I need to research more, but like, hey, could you open, please? I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe this is maybe I should limit what as far as I go with this for now, because it's whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, right now, I'm deep in the job hunt mines, and I'm trying to get something going that kind of would work to not immediately just consume my entire life, or if it does, I mean, then so be it. Like I said, if I've got to become a no sleep boy, to not lose, you know, the time with my friends, then that's so be it. I will make that sacrifice. Like I don't care. But whatever I've got to do, I don't care. I can't. It's too important. You guys are too important to me. I can't lose that. But it's gonna be interesting few weeks, or month. Hopefully, few weeks. And it's the worst time for all this to be going on, because, oh my god, it's so hard right now, because everyone is trying to get jobs, and there are so, like, there's so many people looking for jobs, there's so few jobs available. Dude, it's hell. And, you know, everything's online, so it's like, hey, you do all the online stuff, and if you don't put the right answers into the system, it's like, it doesn't even matter. You could potentially even be good for the job. And this is a problem I'm sure everyone's having right now. But then, you know, you put the wrong stuff in on the weird AI quiz, and there you go. That's one option off the table. You know what I mean? It's tricky. It's tricky out there. Okay, slow. Okay, just chill. I can hide behind this rock. We got the Ouija board. Anyway, this Isaac run's pretty fun. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of, if I already like cruise control Isaac, starting me with Guppy was definitely like the peak of just like, just let it rip, brother. You wanna talk for a little bit, dude? We'll just, here's Guppy. Just talk for a little bit. Zone out. Don't worry about the game. You know what, Edmund? I complain. I'm not saying you haven't given me reason to complain in my lifetime, in my Isaac career. You very much have. But you know what? Sometimes you do look out for me, and I appreciate that. Sometimes you do look out for me, and I appreciate that. Everyone just chill. Oh, that wasn't chilling. That wasn't chilling. I wouldn't describe that as chilling. So this is to Satan, right? Okay. So yeah. So we're I mean, we should coast. We should make it. As I said, I don't... There are still some gaps in my brain in terms of handling the min-maxificity. I'm not entirely sure how you get 43,000 on a Satan run. Unless there's a way to get down to the lamb that I'm not... I mean, there's self-sacrifices. But then if you self-sacrifice, you skip the hush and the boss rush points. So I feel like people wouldn't have done that. Unless you can self-sacrifice on Shoal. Is that even possible? But looking at the fact that, like, I mean, the entire top 100 was filled... Like 100 place was, like, 43,000. Tells me that, like, we could... I mean, I don't think I want to do hush on this one. Let me say that much. God, this is just a shitty pairing right now. I don't think I want to do hush on this one, but even, like, if we somehow pull hush off... Yeah. Hey, chill for a little bit. Hey, chill for a little bit! I hate this boss so much, man. I hate it so much. Even if we oh, we did it. Sure, I'll take rubber cement. Why not? Where's the exit? Where's the exit? Where's the exit? Where's the exit? Hey, where's the exit? Hey, am I missing something? Where's the exit? Hey, I wouldn't mind. Oh, there's a stupid heart over here. Hate it. Hate it. What was in here? I don't know. Dark bum. Okay. Yeah, we essentially, like, we need to I can't read that message out loud. Paul, I can't read that message out loud. What was I saying? That threw me off a little bit. What's going on? I don't really want to do hush on this one, but I feel like even if we do hush, I reckon doing hush and beating the run, which is tricky for me right now. I don't know if I have the capacity to do that. Puts me at, like, I'm gonna say 600. Without hush, bear in mind we did boss rush. I think even without hush, if we just kind of do the rest of this run right now, and dude, I'm saying this, we only have 6 minutes to do both floors, so I don't think hush is going to happen, even if I wanted it to, which I don't really. I think that this is going to be like a 1500 or something mad. And I don't even know. Part of me is like, is that like kind of like, am I being pessimistic, or is that a little bit sandbaggy? But I honestly don't even know that it is. Like, I can't even really tell, to be honest with you. Okay, there's more. Come here. Come here. Where are you? Come here. Okay, I don't even care about those. Just give me a spirit heart. Just give me a spirit heart. Thank you. Oh, give me a black heart. Thank you. However, as I said, I don't think, even if I try and go very, very... Okay, didn't want to open that? Yeah, apparently we're full clearing as well. Even though I go very, very quick right now, which I'm not really doing, I don't really see us getting both of these floors done in time, barring some sort of, like, teleport situation or some sort of mapping that I don't really see where it would come from, to be honest. So, also it's already like one of those tough runs where you get a run where it's like, okay, you start with Guppy. Those are the hardest runs to get good ranks on, because they're the easiest runs to just do. Shit, wish I had that one key now. Wish I had that single key that I lost by accident. Four minutes? Yeah, okay. If I get a key, I'll go back. I'll go back. I definitely will, okay, we'll go back. be checking out some other people's perspectives over these ones. That's something that it's not. I don't do it every day because I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know why I would. You don't really need to. But then sometimes, you know, sometimes you just get a run and you're like, hey, I wonder what happened here. And obviously, you know, previously I could check, you know, I could see how Josh did because obviously he always does really, really well. So I could see what, you know, where Josh found his seams, and sometimes Jacob would find a seam. But now that it's just your boy doing the videos, yeah, no, I'll just go. And there's a couple of channels that do the run every day. I've noticed. So sometimes it's nice after your own run if you're like, oh well, it's okay, a bunch of people. So like this is one of those. A bunch of people got really high scores, and I don't quite know exactly how they did it. Okay, that probably helped him. That probably helped him a little bit. This is one of those ones. I'll be curious to see if either of those channels that I'm aware of have done that, or if just anyone has uploaded today. I know there's two that I know of. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. There's two that I know of that do it every day, and then I don't know if there are like some YouTubers that do them. But I don't know. I'll have a look around, see how people did today. I would be curious to know. And we have 2.5 minutes. It's possible, you know. I don't think so. It wouldn't be the first time I've said. In fact, I'm sure on both my runs this week, I've been like, yeah, we're not going to make boss rush, and then I've proceeded to make boss rush. Or at the very least, I know on both my good runs this week, I've been like, yeah, this is going to be a bad one, and then it's been a good one. So, dude, I don't know. We've got 2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes. Maybe I'm just a poor judge of how long it takes to do things in this game. Because I was like, okay, that popped up. Really unfortunate timing. Because when I saw like 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, there's no way we do 2 floors in 5 minutes. And I'm not saying that we're going to get it necessarily here. But we're not even going to be that far off, really. Okay, I think I saw the screen shake, yeah. So that means these boys. Okay, don't even care about the damage. Oh, I thought I saw an Eternal Hat back there. Okay, well, I guess we had a lot of time. Yeah, okay, we only have... I don't really know if that was a good play or not. I was like, let me take it, because then if I get low, I can use them, but then I used it once and had no red hearts left. So, okay, maybe that wasn't as useful as I thought it would be. Okay, well, here we are. Ooh, and we'll take this. That's absolutely huge. So it's unfortunate that we can't go into any of the item rooms, but to be fair... I'll take the cricket's head. Actually, that actually accidentally works out well for us, because if I actually like stopped for a second and evaluate that situation, I definitely would have prioritized the 2 item rooms over 2 golden chests. Oh, he just drops directly on me. Awesome. Hate that I can't see my health for this fight right now. It's definitely a time when I do not want this curse. Why does my laser feel thicker than normal? Is it just because it's... Oh, it's when it's bouncing back. Has it always done that? The rubber cement laser? Has it always made it... Does it always get thicker at the end? Okay, just dial here. You're going to need a lot of dodging prowess on this one. Just focus on your dodges and then get your shots in while you can. You don't need to be mainlining your shots here. Okay, dude, they're so, like, all over the place. Thank you, Mask. Okay. Okay, stand still. Okay, we stand still on this one. Okay, we step back on this one? Okay, give yourself some room to work with. Okay, we stand still. Okay, little dicey, little dicey. I have faith in the lack of movement. I have faith in the lack of movement. Guppy's helping a lot here. Brimstone's helping a lot here. Okay, did I just get hit there? I think Mask of Infamy took the hit for me. Okay. Now you just got to figure out what's going on here. Okay, just missed that guy entirely. Figure out what's going on here. Okay, so we want to be on the left side because this is where all the space is at. Okay, flies go! Ooh, what the fuck is this? There's two of him? I'm not fast enough. Oh god, these guys suck. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, these guys suck. Oh, we did it! I didn't even realize he was close. Wow, I feel like that last half of his health went really quickly. So this is delirium, right? So I wonder if that's where the 40k comes from? Do you get... How much do you get for delirium? Because I know the strat for delirium is to full clear the floor and then, like, exit. You don't kill him. Or you do kill him and then get the points and then exit. I don't know, man. I don't think I've ever beat delirium before. So maybe now's not the time to try and, like, be testing that out. Hey, I wonder how this works. Okay, well, we beat Hush. I'm not... So Brimstone was huge for that. And is why I imagine that basically probably everyone beat Hush. But, yeah, I would not have made that happen without Brimstone, let me say that much. So thank you, Brimstone, even though, as I said, it's not like it's given me any sort of advantage when basically everyone's gonna get it. Also, like I said, or like I was saying, we were pretty fortunate with the, these are golden chests? Boggy. Pretty fortunate with the Cricket's Head there, because like I said, if I realised I only had 2 keys, I definitely would have done the 2 item rooms. But of the option... I mean, to be fair, I don't know what was in the item rooms. Maybe the item rooms had something really good. But basically 9 times out of 10, I'm going to take Cricket's Head over pretty much anything else. So that one worked out quite well for us. Okay. So now I feel pretty safe. Now we full clear. We're zapping these rooms comfortably enough that hopefully I won't. I'm not putting myself at too much damage, because that's always the thing on the last kind of floor or two. Is do you want to full clear for the extra points, knowing that, you know, the entire floor from this point will maybe get me like 500 points, but then if I get hit once, I'll lose like all 500 of those points, you know? So you know that you've got to try and do the whole floor basically without getting hit. But I feel confident enough. I mean, we're already flying, so I don't even really know why I took that, but that's fine. Confident in this enough in this run that we should be okay. So it's looking like, so we're at 33k. It's looking like, I guess, like a 35, maybe, or like a 36. I don't know how much you get for killing for the trophy after Satan. But we're looking at maybe a 35k here. So, yeah, I don't know where people got, like, 8,000 from. I don't know how much Delirium gives. So I don't know if somewhere there was, like... Because it's not like there's much room for seams beyond, obviously, okay, if we had a way to get to the lamb, maybe that's an extra couple thousand for going down to that floor. Plus, no, because that's what you get for picking up the trophy. So maybe that would be an extra couple thousand for beating the lamb. Or an extra 3,000, maybe. So maybe at some point there was like a shop that was really like breakable that you could just cheese thousands of points from. I don't know. I'm not sure on this one. Because like I said, I don't think the self-sacrifice room does much because it's only the one extra floor, right? And then you'd skip Hush that everyone did. Which would be a huge difference. So I'm not 100% sure on this one, to be honest with you. This one's gone a little bit above my Isek pay grade. Oh, I just realized Face Reward though does on normal tiers, right? So that's still shooting like 10 damage tiers, which is nuts. Okay, I wish I didn't take any damage on this fight, but that's fine. And then I guess that would be... Is this a Spirit Heart? No? Okay. Okay, so for now, that's not too bad. As I said, with Hush, I said 600, right? So maybe like 700 then, potentially, because there's still a lot of time to drop by only 200. Becca's doing his now. So what was... Okay, so I never really worry about the first page, but it's looking like 45 plus was very much achievable. Damn. So that's like 8,000 from somewhere. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I guess check Reddit and see what's going on over there. Oh, hang on. Okay, sorry. I had to spink. What's going on? Thank you guys for watching. Good little run, tidy little run. I'm not gonna say no to that. I think we should at the very least, hopefully, still stay in the top 1,000. Which, if we look at, so obviously that was unfortunate. I don't even remember what happened on that run now that I'm looking at it. But then 258, 179, 1,300. And if this is 1,000, I don't know why I'm still talking about this, because I think we've stopped. I checked the leaderboards and they haven't. I think we've officially stopped the tracking, about a week or so ago. So I don't know why I'm still looking at my week as if the averages even matter anymore. But I'm happy with that. For my last few runs, for the week so far, starting Monday, 258, 170. This is my highest score ever, and then this is my highest daily ranking ever. And then this is the dud, and it's still 1,400. That's pretty good, considering my final overall average on the leaderboard was like 2,500. So it's been a pretty good week. I'm pretty happy with that. That said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all. And I hope you guys have a nice Thursday, Friday as well, tomorrow. Dude, Poggy, is exciting things happening for multiple people in the group tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate you all. I think there will still be a chest later. I have one. I don't know if I'm going to yeet it and replace it with this, because I don't know, I can't remember if it was a decent episode or not. I think I was going to upload it because it was all I had, but now I'm thinking, like, actually, if I've got a video for today, maybe not, we'll see. There may be a chest later on tonight, there may not, we'll see. Either way, thank you guys for watching, I appreciate you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Later, guys. Bonk. Weak hit.